What's up, everybody? So today I decided to do like a legit video. I get a lot of questions and a lot of compliments about my transition outside of the Navy. For those of you who don't know, I am no longer active duty, nor am I a Navy reservist. I am a straight up civilian. I don't do anything that involves the Navy anymore. And with that being said, there's no hard feelings between, me and the Navy. Like, I got out on good terms. I got an honorable discharge. I can always get back in if I want. I don't see that happening. Please. I don't see that happening, but I'm a civilian now. For starters, my Navy career started February 9th, 2015. So I was 18 years old. Yeah, I was 18 years old when I joined the Navy. Why did I join the Navy? It's some reasons that I don't want to bring up. I don't want to talk about it. But I joined the Navy because I wanted a little bit more independence from certain people in my life. So I joined the Navy. I joined February 9th, 2015. I was in boot camp up until the weekend, April 1st. And for a lot of you, you're like, whoa, that's way longer than 8 weeks. Well, for those of you who thinking about going or have already went, I was in the 900 division. I was in triple threat, so I was actually there 2 weeks longer than what I had to be because we were in holding for so long. So from boot camp, I went straight to A school, which is where you learn your job. And from there, I was there for 6 months. I was there from April all the way until October. No, I was there from April all the way till September. So I didn't graduate A school until I think it was the weekend before Labor Day. So like August 31st is when I graduated, and then I had about 2 weeks until I went to my first duty station, which was in Chinhae, South Korea. Now, you've seen some videos on my page from South Korea and things like that, so I'm not going to get too much into that. But in my time while I was in South Korea, I married my husband while I was out there. Well, I went home, married him, and then brought him to South Korea with me. But I got married while I was out there. I was out there for 2 years. And in that time, we bought a dog, and we kind of started a family. It was just with Ace, though. It was just me, Devontae, and Ace. That was all it was. From there, I got orders to Fort Meade, Maryland. And for a lot of you, that's where I got pregnant. And then we had Gabriel out in Maryland. So fast forward, by the time I got to Maryland, I think I was right at my 3-year mark, or right before my 3-year mark. I hadn't even finished my first enlistment yet when I got pregnant with Gabriel, and I got out there. I got out there October. I got pregnant in February. So y'all do the math. But I was only out there for 3 years. I mean, I've only done 3 years of my contract. So I had another year left, but my orders required me to be there for an additional 8 months after. 8 months after, yeah, so my orders wasn't up until 8 months later after my 4-year contract was up. So what did I do? I extended so I can complete the orders. Within those 8 months, I thought, okay, I got 8 months to get my shit together so I can get out. Because for a lot of you who don't know, there's a sea shore duty rotation for the Navy. So typically they like to do, before it was 3 years sea, 3 years shore. So you would do 3 years on sea duty. That could be overseas. Back then, that could be overseas, or you could be kind of stationed on a boat or whatever. I've never been on a deployment. I've never been on a boat, but I have done overseas duty. And then once you do those 3 years as sea duty, then you can do shore duty for 3 years, which was what Fort Meade was. So obviously, I've done my sea, I've done my shore. What's next? Sea duty. I had just had Gabriel. Gabriel was... I lie. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. So when I got pregnant with Gabriel, after I had Gabriel, I extended longer than 8 months. I extended for a year and 8 months. Okay, so yeah, I extended for a year and 8 months. So by the time I was done with my orders in Fort Meade, Gabriel was only going to be 1 year old. And then I would have had to pick orders to go somewhere, either overseas or somewhere on a boat somewhere, for 3 years. And 9 times out of 10, I didn't think I would get lucky again to get the place that I wanted. And I didn't think... I was trying so hard not to go on a boat. You have no idea. I did not want to leave my 1-year-old son. Granted, he was in great hands with his father. But me as a mom, I didn't want to leave my baby. So I was like, it's my baby or it's the Navy. Y'all already know who I said bye to, because no. So I decided to get out of the Navy once my orders in Fort Meade was up. With that, I had planned out everything that I was going to do, because I didn't want to be one of those service members who didn't have a plan, didn't know where they were going to live, didn't have a job lined up. I didn't want to be one of those people. Granted, I know things happen in people's lives. That's why their situations are all different. But I knew that that's not what I wanted for my transition to be. I just felt like that was going to be a stressful transition, and I didn't have time for that with a toddler. So I planned out everything accordingly. Little to my knowledge, COVID. So COVID ruined all of my plans. I'm pretty sure it ruined everybody's plans, but as far as having a stress-free transition, COVID fucked that up, okay? Straight up fucked it up. So COVID hit March of 2019. Mind you, March 2019, I had 8 months left before the end of my contract. People's like, oh, you got 8 months, that's a long time. No, it's not. So I tried to do everything early. I tried to like get all my medical out the way, get all my dental out the way, get all of my paperwork squared away as far as returning my quota, all this stuff. Tried to get everything out the way. Tried to go to TAPS, or I don't know what they call it now, but I'm gonna call it TAPS. I tried to, TGPS. I tried to do all of that early, but COVID messed all of that up, so I couldn't do any of that. Do you know how hard it is to get out? It is so much harder to get out of the military than it is to get in. I just want you guys to know that. It is so much harder to get out than it is to get in, okay? I wholeheartedly, throughout this entire process, I was like, I know why people stay in for 20 years and they say, yeah, I thought about getting out, but then I changed my mind. I know why. At the point of level of stress that I was at, it was like, it's easier for me to just deal with being on a ship or being deployed for like 2-3, because it was just so much work. But I was determined that I wasn't going to let that affect my relationship with my son. Like, I just was like, I'm going to be the mom that's going to be there for my son. Like, I'm not going to be in the middle of the ocean and he doesn't know, you know, where his mommy is. Because at one, that's kind of hard to explain to a child why your mom's not there. Granted, or he might just flat out just forget about me. And I wasn't about that. You're not gonna forget about your mom. Like, boy, I gave you life and you gonna forget about me? No. But I mean, if he was a little older, maybe I would have done another tour. Maybe. Like if he was like 5 or 6, some like an age where he could understand why mommy isn't here, maybe I would have done another tour. But at 1, and more than likely he would have been 2 by the time I would have got deployed somewhere, he's not gonna understand. And there's some days where he only wants me. Like, he doesn't want anything to do with Devontae. And then there's days where he only wants Devontae and he doesn't want anything to do with, you know, me. So, like, how would that be when he wants just me and I'm not there? Like, that's just too much stress to put on a family that I wasn't ready to do. So I made the decision to get out. So I tried my best to get everything done that I could get done while COVID. Most of my appointments were online or over the phone or via Zoom. It was the weirdest thing ever. I would ask people, you know, like, what should I do, or who do I need to talk to, or where do I need to go? Honestly, with everything that was going on this year, it was basically everybody's advice was invalid. Like, I couldn't ask anybody for any help because nobody knew how to do anything with the situation that we were all handed, like, this year. So I pretty much had to put on my big girl panties and figure it out myself, because at the end of the day, there's only a handful of people who get out during a pandemic. So I had to figure it out. And I did. Did I figure it out the way that I planned? Absolutely not. Did I figure it out in my own timeline? Absolutely not. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So fast forward to all of my stress. I eventually finished all of my paperwork that needed to be done. Mind you, I started this process in March. I finished all of my paperwork that needed to be done like mid-August, late August, which only left me 2 months. Yeah, 2 months before I got out. But once you add in my terminal leave, like all the leave days that I had saved up, it really only left me like 30 days. So once all my administration paperwork was finished, which was like mid-late August, I had a month to get all of my physical stuff together, like packing, getting my car to where we're going to go, determining where we're going to live, finding a job. Oh my God, finding a job. That was the most stressful experience of my life. A lot of people don't worry about it too much, but for me, I had a husband and a kid to support. Granted, you know, Devontae makes his own money, he has his own job, but I like to be a good contribution. I like to bring what I have to offer to the table as well. And me personally, I'm not okay with not bringing anything. I'm just not. That's not me. So I stressed out a little bit. Granted, we had friends, we had family, like we would have been fine. But knowing me and who I am, I wasn't okay with that. So finding a job was really stressful. Thankfully, I found one with a great pay. Great pay, great benefits, great insurance. So I'm blessed on that end. There's a lot of people who don't have that blessing. So I am forever grateful for my company. To be honest, because they came in with a clutch. Like they came through for your girl for real, because I didn't know what I was gonna do. But here I am. It is now December 2020. I am out of the military. I am a whole civilian. I have a job with great benefits. I have my son back in daycare. He loves being in daycare with other kids. My husband has a job. We bought a house. We're able to pay all of our bills. And there's a lot of people who transition out that don't have everything that I have right now. So I'm forever grateful, honestly. But I will say, it's stressful, y'all. It really was. And I pray that for those of you who are considering getting out, make a plan, but don't be surprised if the plan doesn't go your way. Just don't say I didn't warn you, but make a plan. Please make a plan. Decide People say decide where you're gonna live. Honestly, if you're looking for a job, like if you're one of those people who are getting out and you're gonna go straight to work and not to school, honestly, I wouldn't say so much be dead set on a location, because that's what hindered us the most. We were dead set on moving back home to Georgia, dead set. But the money wasn't there. Like, the jobs were there, but the money wasn't there. And me nor my husband was okay with making less than what we made before. So we kind of opened that aspect up to, we're going to go where it's best suitable for our family, but also with sufficient pay so we can maintain our way of life. So I would say just take that into consideration, but have a plan. If you do go to school, please understand that the GI Bill does not pay everything as far as your living, because I know a lot of people I went through TGPS with and TAPS with, they just knew that the money that the GI Bill was going to give them was enough to sustain like their living, but they weren't taking into account like where they were staying. But that's a whole new topic. So I just want to say, make a plan, do your research, and if you need help, don't be afraid to ask, but also don't be afraid to go the extra mile to get to where you want to get, because there's a lot of things that people can't answer for you and you're gonna have to figure it out on your own. But yeah, my transition out of the military was epic, especially with COVID. I mean, COVID really changed everything. It changed the whole ball game for me. Like, this just wasn't supposed to happen. Like, it really wasn't. But I mean, it is what it is. You get lemons, you make lemonade, you know? So you can only play the cards that you were handed. So I mean, you just gotta do what's best for you. So this is my experience. This was my take on getting out. I'm not speaking on anybody else's experience, just my own. If you have more questions about my transition, I know this was a very broad overview of me getting out of the military, but if you have any more questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you like more of these type of videos, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, okay? And then I will see you guys in the next video. Not sure if I'm gonna do a video for Christmas or not, but I do plan on making these videos more consistent, and I hope you guys see that coming from me. So with further ado, we out.